So, today is my birthday, which is a lie, it was yesterday, but I like to drag these things on as long as possible, so I thought we might be able to have a little quiet birthday celebration. I have some presents that coincidentally make really nice sounds. I have some cards for tapping, and I have a tiny little bottle of bubbly because it's a celebration, and as you know, I love fizz sounds. But thanks for joining me, really appreciate it. It's really nice to see you here. I feel like birthdays can be a tricky time of year sometimes for some people. I know I've had good ones and bad ones, so it always means a lot when people show up to celebrate with you. Okay, I think we should set the mood a bit. I already got this lovely banner, which feels madly egotistical to have so much birthday stuff not even on my birthday, but what other time of year can you do it but the day after your birthday? Just go with it, okay? So I've also got some balloons, because is it even your birthday without balloons? You might notice my microphone is over here, so I seem to be lunging a lot, that's why. Just imagine that your ears are somehow picking up noise from a different part of the room than your face. If you can imagine such a thing. It's just a few balloons that I have because I didn't want to get too out of breath. Maybe you can help me by blowing up a few. Did you ever get taught to do this trick where you stretch them out first? Otherwise it can be quite tough. Unless you've got an amazing lung capacity. Okay, I think that one's ready. Okay, I'll try. Good grief, it takes out of you. I think now we've got a pretty good festive atmosphere going with this one balloon. Maybe I'll blow up a few later. But for now, I think we should get this party started. Put that to the side. And I have some, let me just check what it even is actually. Ah yes, I have some Prosecco here, very fancy. Well, not that fancy. Feel free to join me. with the drink if you have anything, or a sparkling water if that's more appropriate to your age or sobriety. It's really handy that it's such a tiny bottle because a whole one to myself would be a bit much tonight, I think. Can you hear the wind? It's really blustery outside. It was kind of windy as well yesterday, but not terrible. And it made it kind of exciting for what I ended up doing to celebrate. If you're one of my lovely Twitter or Instagram followers, then you'll know that I went on a wee boat trip because that's just what I felt like doing. And setting off from the pier, it was incredibly choppy. Everyone had to go up the gangway one by one, lurching all over the place. And I thought I was really needed to get my sea legs fast, because if the whole thing had been like that, it might have been a struggle. But luckily when we moved away from the shore, it levelled out a bit. And the waves were still reasonable, so it still felt like an adventure rather than a pleasant cruise. But it wasn't terrifying. Just trying to think how I should open this. Get my glass first in case I spill it everywhere. It's a very fancy one. Couldn't find any champagne flutes. And a wine glass seemed a bit too large. A standard wine glass. So instead we have this crystal affair. I hope you won't judge me for using the wrong kind of glass for Prosecco. Hopefully you'll forgive me for my slovenly choices. I don't know. I'm babbling. I think I should get to the drink. Are you drinking anything? Or just hydrating? Quite right. Always good. Okay. Now this will need edited out because this will likely be loud unless I can open it masterfully. That's fun. Just when you think it's done. I'm going to unscrew that again for effect. we didn't get the sound. I have to say I'm pretty surprised that it's a screw cap and not a cork. I mean, I did recognise that it was plastic rather than cork, but I thought it might be a plastic cork. I guess it's handy if you need to close it again without finishing the drink, but with a bottle this size, I reckon I can manage to finish it. Anyway. Makes some buzzing sounds. We all know this by now. I love how much it whooshes up and just disappears straight away again. It's very smooth. It's very fast, rolling bubble rather than a slow burn. Anyway, cheers. Again, thanks for coming. I mean, it is a rather self-centered birthday celebration, but I guess I'm also celebrating my channel and being able to dedicate the time into doing this and interacting with you. It almost makes my day a bit better. It would be useful if I could remember when I started my channel, because then I would know if this was near its anniversary or not. But I couldn't tell you. I think it was the end of November. But I'm not 100% sure. Okay. I'll maybe put my bev to the side and give it another wee pour just for the whoosh. And I will definitely return to it, don't worry. But I'd quite like to show you some things, if you're interested, if you've got time. Cool. Okay. So I've got a little pile of some presents. I won't bore you by going on about them. I just have a few little favourites, things I thought were very thoughtful. I mean, everything was thoughtful. It's lovely to get any gifts at all, but anyway, these ones are good fun. So, from a good friend of mine who was going on holiday to Ireland, I have a lovely little gift set of whiskey. Which I know is painting quite a picture of me as a heavy drinker, but It's not the case. However, I do especially like whiskey. And I do especially like miniatures, as you will have noticed from the Prosecco as well. So, it's really a pretty good present. Plus, I'm a huge fan of an Irish coffee, which, if you don't know, is a coffee with cream and whiskey in it. Really delicious. Very invigorating as well as debilitating. And these might be perfect. I should probably try them first, in case they're too good to mix, but to be honest, I'm not all that discerning. I don't think I know the difference between an exceptional whiskey and a nice one. I can tell if it's horrible, but you know, once we get a bit fancier, it's harder to tell. So you might be able to hear the faint whooping and cheering of kids playing outside. Shall we just say that they have joined the party and are also celebrating? Because the thing about the neighbours' children is that they are always playing outside, especially in the summer months, which I guess is good, you know, kids need fresh air. I mean, in my day we just played video games, but so it can be tricky to record without them. Maybe it'll just add a festive ambiance to proceedings, who knows. Cheers. Quite a nice Prosecco this, really. It's quite smooth. Doesn't taste too cheap. Not that I particularly mind, but no, it's nice. I like it. Okay, I've got a couple more presents to share. This one I think is really cute. It's from my mum, and when she handed it to me, I was a bit confused, a bit not flabbergasted, that's extreme, but I was surprised. Here it is. I thought she was making reference to a toy I had as a toddler, which looked a bit like this, but with kind of like yogurt cups, not real ones, but that shape all around, and it vibrated and it shook around the room, and I was terrified of it, so frightened. And so I thought this was a sort of affectionate little call back to that, because it's the same colour scheme, I think. Okay, I know I looked deranged, but it does light up, so I was trying to do that. Voila! But, turns out, when I asked, why have you got me this for my birthday? She had a little conspiratorial look and she went, and it's because she thought it would make good sounds for my videos. Isn't that thoughtful? You'll have to let me know if she was right or not, but I had to use it in the video ASAP. Because I thought it was so sweet that she thought of me. I could maybe play around with it a bit more in a live stream. And try and see what all the sounds are, because it seems like it's probably quite versatile. Especially with the light as well. Interesting. It's a bit like hair brushing. I really like that. Okay. Shall I show you something else, maybe? I mean, don't worry that you didn't get me anything. That's fine. I did not expect a gift. I really don't need any more presents after I've got this bad boy, to be honest. Yeah. No, I'm the same, I think. The most important thing is just like spending some quality time, whether it's with loved ones or just with yourself, you know, doing something that feels in some small way special. That's why it's nice just to have this time, show you some things, catch up. Pay attention to some sounds, actually noticing them. Noticing each moment rather than just letting it pass us by. Okay, I think I'm going to put this to the side. So, I had another little something I wanted to show you, just because it was very heartwarming. There's something really simple but enchanting about being given flowers. I've got them here, so I'll just grab them. These were a gift from my oldest friend, who dropped by my house the day before my birthday to give me a card and these, to apologise for not having a proper present, but I think these are pretty good. And she's very artistic. She's very good at arranging things and curating things, so she's made this little bouquet herself. And I've somewhat ruined it by putting it in a chopped tomatoes can. It was the only vase I had available at the time, but maybe it's got a rustic charm, who knows. I have to be careful with this one because it's full of water, and it would be a disaster to spill it everywhere. They smell really nice as well, these flowers. You know how really pretty flowers don't always have a particularly strong scent, or sometimes they've been perfumed. But these ones are really delightful. I don't know what they are. They might be lilacs, maybe? I don't know. And, of course, a nice little bit of baby's breath. Getting flowers on your birthday is lovely. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, this was a really nice one. A really close friend of mine got me a record, which you can probably hear me tippy tapping on. If you saw my record store video, you'll know I'm trying to build up my collection. It's still pretty small, but it's got some gems, so I appreciate being given such a thoughtful gift. Here it is. It is, and it's not these guys, confusingly enough, King Creosote and John Hopkins. And King Creosote I've seen live a couple times. He's a Scottish singer. I mean, that's the name of his band. His name's Kenny. And he sings in a very distinctive, completely Scottish accent. Writes beautiful songs. But I'm not that familiar with this particular album. I know Your Own Spell, which is on side 2 of the record. It's called Diamond Mine. Have you heard of it? I didn't really know it very well, but it's one of my friend's absolute favourites, so I'm going to give it proper care and consideration and listen to it properly. Maybe I'll love it just as much. It's also, I think, a pretty thoughtful gift because of the sound. Tapping and selfie makes almost makes me not want to open it, but it's not an ornament, so I definitely ought to open it. Made a weird noise there, it's not doing it again. Speed tapping. I know it's a party, but let's not go too wild. I would put it on so we could have some party music, but I think there might be some copyright issues involved, possibly, so you'll have to look it up. Hey, I'll put it on one of my Spotify playlists that are always like in the description box, and if you want to have a listen, then you can go ahead. You can let me know what you think. Probably looked a bit demonic there, didn't I? Okay, I'll listen to that later. Not now. You're having a nice time. I know it's pretty laid back. Cool, I'm glad. Cheers to that. I will cheers to anything. A wee bit more. Why not? It's my birthday. Technically isn't, but go with it. I'll do. So it's been really nice hanging out with you. It meant a lot that you showed up for my birthday. Yeah, and thanks for letting me show you my presents. It's always so fun to show and tell, but I know it can be a bit dull sometimes just seeing other people's stuff, but I just wanted to show off some of the stuff and spend some time. I hope you had a nice time as well. Thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. Hopefully we can do the same on your birthday. Maybe with less talking from me. Maybe with more balloons. I know we only blew up one. But I wanted to avoid. Would have been disastrous. But yeah, it meant a lot. So we can just have one last toast and then I'll say goodnight. Cool. I'll get my drink once again. Happy birthday to me, maybe to you, if by some mad coincidence it's your birthday. Salutations. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope to see you really soon. Cheers.